The flow is back, I spoke it's facts, no holding back. I'm dope, I'm crack, I am the best, and you know the rest is cap. I'll blow the back out your bitch, your hoe is whack. You the type of guy to throw $1 at her. I'm the type to fucking pop my collar at her. They say she belongs to the streets, but you too pussy to go in the streets and holler at her. Internet niggas be mean as shit. They be typing all the hate behind the screens and shit. Talk tough, picture that like a meme, but when I see them in the street, they be like, man, I ain't mean that shit. Okay. You tryna be known, nigga. I'm tryna be left alone, nigga. Ain't tryna be online with you talking about nothing and wasting time. I'm a grown nigga. They take my kindness for weakness, always I gotta speak this realness. See, I'm a genius, nigga, I never sneak this. I'm just leaving them speechless, cause these niggas is fake. I'm spitting truth, they gotta eat this. Let's go! I've always been gorgeous. Your girl always adored this. They say you're nobody's perfect. Call me a nobody because I'm flawless. I'ma keep spitting, man, fuck a chorus. Can't give up my heart, it's like the storage. I grew up on Aki and Saltfish. New York nigga ain't never been to Secaucus. You talk shit, I talk more shit. Miss me with the horse shit. All these bitches on horse shit. Y'all trying to ignore it. Your swagger is Norbit. Y'all niggas my sons. That's why you support abortion. Y'all niggas be courting bitches. They just do what I said. You gave her your bread, she gave me your bread. She ain't pay your bills, she paid me instead. She ain't suck your dick, she gave me your head. You know how you could tell that I'm winning? Cause haters don't hate losers, they love how I'm living. This open shit got you thinking that you could grope my chick, but niggas ain't got enough game to fuck with my women. Listen, I fuck your bitch right in front your kids. I'ma suck my dick while she drunk with my kids, and I touch her tits, and I'll choke that whore while she's on the floor and she begs for more. Pick up your bitch, then I'll make you watch while I smash her box, and she grabs my cock, put it down her throat, and she starts to choke, and you stare in shock, and you hope it stops cause it makes you sick, and you can't take it, but she can't take dick cause I make her hot. I'm so disrespectful cause they ain't show respect when they know respect's due. I'm so disrespectful, cause they ain't show respect when they know respect's due. I'm so disrespectful, cause they ain't show respect when they know respect's due. I'm so disrespectful. Show respect, motherfucker. All right, what up? What's going on? Late night stream. That's not, it's midnight, so this is a late night stream. I would call it a late night stream. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building. What's going on? Monogamous player in the building. Jod Zim, what's going on? Phil Brad, Ronnie Granades. Shout out to Bill Pert, El Barrio, AJ Lindo, Explode Tatas in the building. Flawed Perfection in the building. Frank H, Great Moolah, what's going on? Big Daddy in the building. Edward, what's going on? Steve O Baby, this ain't certified time run already, but shout out to you. Who else we got in here? Ish the Coop, Soulmonger, what's going on? Johnny Swave was popping with you. Jod Zim was going on. Mr. Go Blue was popping. Chris was good, man. Shout out to everybody. So, you know, that track you just heard was from the mixtape. I just put out the mixtape earlier. You feel what I'm saying? And I appreciate everybody watching it and, you know, sharing it, you know, showing it to your peoples, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to, you know, download it or you want to hear the rest of it, click the link below. I'm gonna have the link to the YouTube video, and then below that video, when you watch it on YouTube, there's a link for you to download. So if you're watching the mixtape on YouTube, you can download the actual mixtape to your computer and all that other shit. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out to all y'all, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate y'all listening to music and all that other good shit. But yeah, today's topic, man. Today's topic: real men don't blame women for anything, right? For not a goddamn thing. You know, it was funny. I was getting these you know, emails and these you know, these DMs from guys on my Instagram, and they sent me this video. I'm gonna show you guys the video real quick. And basically, there was a dude who killed his mom because the mom basically said, he said that the mom didn't push him to be a man, so he killed her. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, and it's not funny, but it's fun. Like, It's just fucked up. This is how bad it's gotten. You understand what I'm saying? This is how bad it's gotten. Because if you was to, when I first heard the story, I thought it was a joke. Like, to be honest, I was like, this got to be a parody. This got to be from The Onion or some shit. You know, that fucking thing where they be doing the satire. I was like, this got to be satire, because they said the nigga killed his mom because she didn't push him to be a man. This is terrible. And see, this is how bad it's gotten, where guys are out here blaming women for everything, or, you know, pointing the finger at chicks all the time, and, you know, getting upset at women all the time. And this is the thing, man, you know, you got to get to the point where you realize, right, that as a man, you can never really blame the woman. Because what happens is when you blame the woman, either you don't understand yourself, you don't understand women, or both. You understand? See, there could be things that women do that, like, you know, it'll piss you off or something, or you feel some type of way. And, you know, there's some things that, you know, you might do that piss a woman off and she'll feel some type of way. But as a man, you have to say, okay, what's going on in this situation? What's the details of the situation? How did I get from here to there? What's really going on? Why is this woman reacting this way? What type of situation did I create for this thing to occur? Because a lot of times what happens is, unfortunately, a lot of dudes be in situations where, because they think they're equal to women, they start to sort of treat women as if they're not supposed to be leading the women. And then this is where guys start blaming the women, because they think they're on equal footing to the woman. And whenever you think you're on equal footing to the woman, that's when you're going to start blaming women. Because, see, when you understand you're not on equal footing, you're not going to blame the woman. Just like, you know, if you have, you know, a boss at a company and his company goes under, right? He's not really going to blame his employee. He's not going to blame the person that, you know what I'm saying, that just came in and started working last week. He's not going to blame the guy in the mailroom for his company fucking, you know, going out of business, right? That person understands that it's his responsibility to keep this afloat, right? And so he knows that he has a responsibility to manage and to keep in order his situation, right? So men who really understand what it means to be a man, they know this. But see, most guys aren't up for that responsibility, which is why they want to sit there and blame women. You see what I'm saying? But let me play this clip real quick, because I want to show y'all guys this nonsense. This is about maybe like a 2-minute clip. Let's check this out.
That left the mother dead and their daughter injured in a Kissimmee neighborhood.
Yeah, the Osceola County Sheriff's Office says it was the deceased victim's son who attacked both of them yesterday. West 2 Osceola County reporter Megan Milano joins us live from the Bureau right now. So, Megan, do they know what led up to the stabbings?
Yeah, in an interview with detectives, the sheriff's office says that 21-year-old Matthew Sisley admitted to stabbing and killing his mother. He said in an interview with them that he did it because he, quote, was never pushed to be a man.
We responded to the address in reference to a stabbing.
In a press conference Tuesday, Sheriff Marco Lopez described what deputies found when they got on scene. A woman with stab wounds to her stomach dead in the living room, and another woman with stab wounds to her hands, who were told advised them that a family member attacked them.
We found him a few blocks away and have arrested him.
Detectives say the suspect, 21-year-old Matthew Sisley, confessed to intentionally stabbing and killing his mother and accidentally stabbing his sister. During the interview, he was asked if he thinks his mom deserved to get stabbed, to which he replied, "Yes, because she never pushed me to be a man." When he was asked if he regrets doing it, he said, "No, I would do it again."
Mr. Sisley, you're here on one count of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon.
Sisley went before a judge Wednesday for his first appearance.
So I'm going to hold him no bond. It'll be set for pretrial detention. This is a condition, just in case. No return to scene, no contact with any victims or witnesses, and no weapons of any kind.
Sisley was arrested for aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. The sheriff's office tells us more charges are to come. We're live in our Osceola County Bureau. Megan Mulatto, WESH 2 News.
This is the modern male right here. This is the modern male, guys. I'm sorry. This is the modern fucking male. See, he's blaming his mom for not pushing him to be a man. What kind of fuck shit is this? So he stabs his mom, and I think stabbed his sister, but I don't think the sister lived or whatever. I think the mom. They said the mom passed away, right? If I'm not mistaken. But anyway, he basically stabbed these two chicks. Now, this is the thing. This sounds crazy, but this is just the extreme of what men are doing right now, or I should say, males are doing right now. And what I mean is that you have a lot of guys out there who they're upset at women for not pushing them to be men. You understand what I mean is this, is that you have situations where, you know, a guy will do something or a situation will occur, right? And then the woman will be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what happened? And then he'll look at her and say, well, you told me to take this corner. You told me that I should do this, and I did it. You told me that, you know, like we should have went this way and we went this way and this happened. So he's sitting there blaming her for the situation because he listened to her, right? Now this guy, he's saying his mother didn't push him to be a man. And see, what a lot of guys are doing is that they're following women, and then when shit hits the fan, they want to blame the woman. So because they're so consistent with listening to women, they're even expecting women to tell them how to be a man. You understand? See, the guy is always listening to the woman. So because he's always listening to the woman and following the woman's lead, he's expecting the woman to tell him how to be a man. This is how bad it's gotten. So a lot of guys out there, they're in situations where they don't realize they're supposed to lead the woman and lead the chicks in their lives, right? And then what happens is that they get so used to women leading them. So now they're like, well, you're telling me what to do all the time, and I'm following what you're telling me to do, right? So since you're telling me what to do, you also should tell me how to be a man. But see, a woman can't tell you how to be a man. A woman can't push you to be a man. See, the fact that you're even in that sort of mindset to be following a woman in the first place already shows that you don't understand what it is to be a man. You understand? So you said there has to be something deeper to the situation than just not pushing him to be a man. No, this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you have to understand the way that the modern male looks at things is the modern male does not understand the position of a man. So what happens is that the modern male is doing a lot of things to put himself in position to be under a woman. You get it? He's putting himself in position to be under a woman. And so because he's under a woman, he's not a man. But then he gets tricked into thinking that he should follow the woman. And then because he's following the woman, he's taking cues on her for damn near everything. So now when he realizes, well, damn, you know, shit's not going crazy. Shit's not going the way I want it to go. And this is what women will tell you. This is the funny part. What women will say to you is when shit hits the fan because you were listening to them, they'll look you dead in your eye and they'll tell you, be a man. Why don't you be a man? Why don't you man up? Stop acting like a bitch, right? They'll give you that type of energy. Be a fucking man. But then you're looking at her like, well, wait a second. You're supposed to tell me how to be a man because you've been telling me what to do all this time. I've been following you all this time. So you should have let me know. So what could have happened in this situation, you know, because I don't know exactly what happened, but I'm just objectively speaking here, is that his mother could have gotten to the point where she told him to man up. You understand, at some point. And he got triggered by that shit. Because he's never been a man his whole life. You know, he's never been a man since he was an adult. You understand? He's never been that type of person. So when she's telling him to be a man in whatever capacity she's telling him, he's feeling some type of way because he's probably always been following her. He's probably been under her, and he's never actually been that type of guy. You understand? Just like when we get on these shows like Real Game No Theory, or you know, me and Miles will do a live stream or some shit like that, and we tell these guys, listen, understand yourself. You understand? Have your masculine identity. Direct and guide the women. We're telling them all this stuff, and then we say, listen, you're not being a leader, which is why you're having issues with women. You're not, directing these women and telling them what to do, which is why you're having issues with women. You're following the women. That's why you're having issues with women. You're waiting for choosing signals all day. You're waiting for the woman to give you the cue. This is why you're having problems with women. That triggers guys. You understand? That triggers them because it makes them look in the mirror, and then they realize they're not being that they're not being that guy that they know they need to be. They're not being that man. You feel what I'm saying? And this is what's happening, a lot when it comes to the modern male. This is happening a lot. This is why, all over YouTube, you got a lot of people, a lot of channels that gravitate to, oh, well, the woman this and the woman that and female nature. And, oh, she did this and she did that. It's this like thing where, damn, well, I'm in a fucked up position because of the woman. I had to go to court because of the woman. She took me to court. She took half my shit. She did this. She did that. She played me. She made this happen or made that happen. But see, a lot of these things occur because these guys, right, were never men in the first place, so they weren't actually leading the situation. And this is where it gets to. It gets to the point where you get so lost that you don't even realize who you are. So I'm not surprised that this type of shit could happen. I mean, at first I thought it was a joke because it sounds very satirical. It sounds extremely like satire. Like, I still don't even believe this shit. Because as much as we talk about this topic, I didn't think it would get this bad. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't think it could get this bad. Because the fact that he said that he did this to his mom because she didn't push him to be a man. So he's mad at her for him not being a man. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. This is how bad it's gotten. But see, this is the type of mentality dudes have when they're sitting there complaining about women all the time. This is the type of mentality guys have when they're sitting there talking about female nature all the time and hypergamy and chicks is going to fucking do this and do that and all this other crazy shit. And these chicks are hitting the wall and body counts and all of this shit gets guys in this mindset where they end up wanting to blame women for everything. But see, real men don't blame women for anything. 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 Because, see, the thing is that if you are in a situation, and again, this guy, his specific situation was him and his mom, but let's take it to an actual situation of a guy with a girl that he's dealing with, right? What happens is, and that's a good question, King. You said, where's his father? Exactly. You see, the father's nowhere around. You see what I mean? And unfortunately, you got a lot of fathers out here who are bitch ass niggas. So even some of these fathers out here can't even help these dudes. So Devon said, how can you lead when one does want to listen? Wait,
When one does want to listen, you say, how can you lead? You saying when they don't want to listen or when they do want to listen? I'm confused. I thought you were saying when they don't want to listen. So if you're saying when they don't want to listen, the thing is that you do not interact with that woman. Okay, you meant doesn't. Okay, cool. Because I was like, what are you talking about? So you say, how do you lead when a woman doesn't want to listen? You don't. You don't deal with her. This is why I said from the beginning, when you're talking to women and you're interacting with women and you're first dealing with a chick on, like, let's say, you're hollering at a chick on a dating app, you're hollering at a chick in the street, you're hollering at a chick, at a bar or something like that. If she's not trying to listen, you don't take her on. You understand? You move on. Because see, what happens is that the problem with a lot of you guys is that you'll deal with a woman who's not listening and you continue to deal with her. And then after a while, what happens is that you're in a situation where you're like, yo, why is this chick all fucked up? And why is this happening? And why is that happening? And it's a bunch of bullshit. And all that shit happened because you took on a woman who wouldn't listen to you. You understand? So the way you deal with a chick who don't listen is you don't fuck with her. See, a lot of problems that guys have is because they saw the red flags and they saw the bullshit and then they kept fucking with the girl. You understand what I'm saying? You said that's where the frustration comes in, and we're not talking relationships in general. No, this is the thing. A woman shouldn't be in a relationship with you if she's not listening to you. She shouldn't even be able to get that far. You understand what I'm saying? How is a woman getting to the point where she's in a long-term relationship with you, she's your girlfriend, wife, whatever, and she's not listening to you? How does that work? But some guys will do that. See, some guys will recognize a woman doesn't listen at the beginning. They'll make the woman their girlfriend, and then they'll complain and say, yo, my girl don't be listening. Of course she don't listen because she was never listening. You see what I'm saying? She was never listening, and you took her on. So that's on you. But see, that's what comes with being a man is you have to take responsibility for your situations. You understand? You have to take responsibility for your situation. If you're in a situation with a woman who don't listen, guess what? That's your fault because you took her on. You put her in a position when you knew she doesn't listen. But then see, the modern male, he'll go blame the woman and say, oh, well, she's fucked up because she don't listen. No, you're fucked up because you took on a woman and put her in position when she doesn't listen. You understand? And that's what happens. That's the problem with a lot of this shit today. And guys, if you have a question, put a Q in the chat. If you want to call in number is 646-481-3901, 646-481-3901. I'm not going to be here too long because, it's late night. You feel what I'm saying? But I wanted to do something real quick. And, this story, I was just like, this can't be serious. I was like, it's gotten this bad to where niggas, it's like one thing where dudes is blaming chicks who they dating, blaming chicks who they was fucking with, blaming chicks who they were into and all this other shit. Now niggas is blaming their mom for not pushing them to be like, why does your mom have to push you to be a man? Huh? Why does your mom have to push you to be a man? I could understand if this dude was like, he was talking about his pops, and then he realized as he gotten older that his pops didn't teach him certain things to be a man. And then he felt upset about that. You understand that? But even still, you don't need to go kill nobody. You feel what I'm saying? And stab motherfuckers. You feel what I'm saying? But let's get to some of these calls real quick. Let's go to 480. 480 was popping. Who this?
Yo, what up, Mr. Lucario? Yeah, hello? Can you hear me?
What's up? What's popping? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, the Deshaun coming at calling from Phoenix, Arizona.
What up, bro? What's poppin'? Did you donate?
Oh yeah, you already know, man.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. So what's going on? What's going on?
Yeah. So this whole situation about real men don't blame women for anything. Now, here's did you watch that little Scrappy when he kind of when he went off on his mom about how his childhood was and how she did this and did that?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
What was he saying? What was he saying?
Well, basically, he was complaining about the fact that when he was younger, that his mom had him in a whorehouse and everything like that. So he went off on her about that. And I agree as far as like guys not seeing the red flag in the beginning part and stuff like that. But like in Little Scrappy's case, you got guys like that who, as men, I agree. We should, for the most part, we should suck it up and move forward and not complain about anything. But at the same time, you got, there's some things that, a man should, get up off his chest and say, hey, mom, you messed me up here. I mean, what's your whole take on that? What's
I wouldn't even, he shouldn't even blame his mother for that shit either. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because his mom is still a woman. Do you understand that? Meaning, like what I'm saying is this, right? What I'm saying is this, and this is in no way, shape, or form to disparage women or whatever it is like that. What I'm saying is that guys have to understand the difference between men and women. You got to understand the difference between how men and women process things, the difference between how men and women, take in information and sort of respond to certain things. Right now, women generally, when they're doing things, right, women generally will do things a lot of times feeling based first, and then think about it after. Whereas guys are usually the opposite, where we'll think about it first and then we'll take action. You see what I'm saying? So, for example, just like how a woman, she'll be upset at her, at a guy that she's dating or whatever, or talking to, or a boyfriend or some shit, and she'll slap him in the face. Right now, she slaps him in the face because she's upset and she's angry and she's emotional. But guess what? Slapping a man in the face when you're a woman, when he can destroy you physically, is the stupidest shit you could ever do. You understand what I'm saying? So what happens is that women will do that because they're emotional. So they're making the feeling take over, which is why the action is her slapping the guy in the face. You see what I'm saying? Whereas a lot of times, if you ever notice when two guys are about to fight, in a lot of cases, there's always a little bit of hesitation. Like they start talking shit to each other a little bit first, sort of feeling the temperature of the room. You feel what I'm saying? Because they're thinking about it. They're like, all right, can I take this motherfucker? Should I be doing this? Should I hook up for him right now? They're thinking about, they're both thinking they're weighing out the situation. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's how men operate in a lot of situations. So what I'm saying is that in Little Scrappy's situation, or anybody else in a situation like that, it's like you have to have the understanding, right, of of the situation and who's in the situation, so that you understand it in its entirety, and then that will give you insight into what's really going on. Because the blaming comes from ignorance. Meaning, for example, this was like when I was young. I was probably like 14 or some shit, right?
Yeah.
When I used to live in Flatbush. So there was my neighbor had this dog. It was like it was probably a route. I can't remember which one. It was a big ass dog though, whatever. But anyway, so my neighbor had this dog, right? And what happened is that the dog used to always be locked up in the backyard, but it was a big ass dog. So for whatever reason, one day I was out chilling with my friends, hanging out. We playing in the front of the street or whatever. And my friend jumps on the car, and my back is turned to the backyard where the dog is. So my friend says, yo, get on the car, jump on the car. And I'm like, I'm sitting there like, what you talking about? Well, I need to jump on the car. He's like, yo, jump on the fucking car. And I didn't jump on the car. Next thing you know, the dog is coming towards me. He jumps on my back and he sinks his teeth in my fucking shoulder. You understand? So he didn't bite down hard, but the teeth went in my fucking shoulder. You understand what I'm saying? So the dog bit me. Right now, I was mad at the fucking dog for biting me. I was like, the fuck? I was upset. I was angry. I was scared. I was like, what the hell, right?
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? After all of that shit happened, and as I was sitting there, right, and I'm talking to my friend, and then my friend said, you know, that's what dogs do. They fucking bite, bro. Like, what the fuck you expect? He's like, that's why I was telling you to jump on the fucking car, because he's going to bite you. You see what I'm saying? So can I get mad at a dog for doing what a dog does? So can I get mad at a woman for doing what a woman does? Even if that woman is my mom, she's still a woman. You see what I'm saying? So the problem is guys are looking at it in the sense of not accepting what they're dealing with. So if you're dealing with a woman, understand she's a woman. She's a woman first. You understand what I'm saying? Before she's your mom. She's a woman first. So when she becomes your mom, she gives birth to you. She was a woman before you even came there. So she's not gonna stop being a woman after you were born. She's still a fucking woman. So that's like me being upset at a dog barking or a dog biting when that's what dogs do. You see what I'm saying? So I can't be upset at my oh, mom, you had me this in the whorehouse and you did this back in the day. Well, I get it. Where was dad at? Because dad should have been taking care of all of this. You see what I'm saying? That's what the situation. You see what I mean?
Yeah. No, Ken. Let's say if little Scrappy was a child and he had that same complaint, like, Mom, I'm in a whorehouse. What's going on? Why are you like? What's going on? Like now he's not a man. He's a child. Now what?
Yeah, if he's a kid, that makes sense because he's a kid. But when you're a man, you're supposed to understand these things, right? If you're a kid, it's whatever. You don't know what the hell's going on when you're a kid. But as a man, this is what I'm saying. But the thing is, all that stuff happened to him when he's a kid. But as a man, you're supposed to have wisdom. You're supposed to have insight now. You're supposed to understand that as a man, right? Mm-hmm. You have to take care of shit. You can't sit there and blame anybody because this is the thing. What happens is that like, for example, I always say, like, if a woman walked out in the street right now and started crying, somebody's gonna be like, hey, are you okay? Do you need some help? If a dude is in the street crying, ain't nobody coming up to that nigga. Because they're looking at him like, you know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, like, they not gonna help him. Because they're looking at him like, yo, you're a fucking man, bro. You see what I mean? And that's just how it is. That's part of the thing, is that as a man, you have to understand your position and you have to understand your responsibility. And the guys who don't understand their position, they're the ones who are always blaming women. Because as soon as you blame women, you don't understand your position. See, your position as a man is actually, you're supposed to be teaching women. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You're supposed to be teaching women how they're supposed to conduct themselves in a relationship with you. You see what I'm saying? This is why when a guy just gives a woman the gift of his commitment just out of the blue, just for nothing, he's doing himself and her a disservice because she has to earn that type of, interaction with a man. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, this is the problem. A lot of women, they're all over the place a lot of times because they don't know what they're doing in these situations, in these relationships, because they're going straight off the emotion. And two, they've been with a lot of men who don't know what they're doing. Or I should say males. They've been with a lot of males who don't know what they're doing. And they're feeding off of that negative energy that they've dealt with these guys. So a lot of times when you're dealing with a woman, you're dealing with, like, you see, this is interesting. A lot of guys say that when women had a bunch of sex with men, they can't pair bond. It's not the sex. I've said this before. If a woman's messed with a lot of guys and those guys fucked with her head because of the situation she was in with those guys, that's going to fuck her up mentally. It's not the actual act of sex. It's the energy and the interaction she's had with the men. It's what she's learned by being with these males. And what she's learned is, I can't trust these niggas. These niggas are inconsistent. These niggas is emotional like me. These niggas is bitch ass niggas. So now you come up to her and you're a real man, and she's assuming you're a bitch ass nigga like the rest of them. You see what I'm saying? And then this is what happens where it's that cycle. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So I mean, isn't it her fault for not being intelligent enough to say, God damn, maybe I need to stop. Maybe I need to look for a different type of man instead. If the same guys that I keep choosing keep coming over and over and over.
Right. No, that's part of it too. But you have to also understand this is that, see, you got to understand that women are susceptible to the bullshit. Remember, this is what I'm trying to say. Remember that the way they go about things, or the way that they, interact with life, is feeling based. And they have to be that way because they have to be nurturing in order to be that other side. They're the yin yang. It's like, we're the more practical, logical. We're thinking about what we got to do and what has to be done regardless of how we feel, right? Women are going based off of how they feel regardless of what has to be done. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so because of that, this is why as a man you have to lead. Because there's going to be times where she's going to want to do things, or she's going to feel a certain type of way. She's going to want to go in a certain direction based off of feeling, and feeling might not be the best course of action to, the decisions based off the feeling is not the best course of action. You see what I'm saying? And so, right. And so the problem is that when guys are looking at it, see, the thing is, guys are they treat women as if women are men. Meaning that they're like, well, like you just said, well, shouldn't she be smart enough to just like, like get it together and realize, and to your point, yes, but guess what? A man has to teach her how to be that way. She has to be put on game to even have that perspective. You see what I'm saying? Because her natural instinct is not to go about life that way. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, okay. So on top of that, now, are you a firm believer in teach those who want to learn? Like, because I'm now, there's some women out there who, they want to be led, they want to be taught. Now, you have also, on the other hand, you have a lot of them where they want to do their own thing. They don't want to have any type of structure in their life. They kind of, they're kind of just all over the place, like how you and Miles say, how a woman's mind is kind of like all over the place.
Right.
Now, what do you do from there?
Well, that's the thing. The reason why it's all over the place, is because they haven't found real niggas. That's the reason. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you. They don't want to be in the situations they're in. Meaning, like, if a woman is all over the place and she's not listening and she's all, doing all this other stuff, her doing that is still a response to her not being in the right situation with the right guy. You understand? Mm-hmm. And what I'm saying is most guys are not the right guy. This is why you got a bunch of bitch ass niggas out. And I always tell guys this: the majority of the way that women are today, when guys like the modern women and women are this way and they act this way, that is literally a direct reflection of the men. You understand what I'm saying? It is a direct reflection of the men. You see what I mean? And so what happens is that I always tell guys, listen, if you want a woman to listen, to cooperate, to be on point, you have to be the guy that she is going to do that with. And the way you be the guy that she's going to do that with is that you have to first be the guy who understands his position. Because as soon as you understand your position, that means that you assert yourself in a way to where she has to understand her position. You see what I mean? The reason why she doesn't understand her position is because she hasn't found or recognized or seen a guy who understands his. So this is why she continues to wild out. This is what dudes don't get. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's literally all it is. But this is the problem though. Because guys are not aware that this is what it is, right? They continue to act bitch made and then wonder why the chick is being a bitch. You see what I'm saying? Because she's being a reflection of his bitch assness. This is what guys don't get. They think that her being a bitch is independent from him. See, and this is the thing. Let's say for sake of argument, you're this on point dude and you run into a woman who's acting like a bitch because, you know, that's just what she's been used to being because of her experiences, right? Then what happens is that she comes across you, you try to see what's popping. She got a little attitude, right? Then either one of two things is going to happen. Or I should say this. What's usually going to happen is because she got that attitude, because you're a guy who's on point, you're not going to fuck with her. And she's going to notice and recognize, okay, damn, he's not like the other guys. Because check this out. Let's say you got a chick, she's bad, you know, she's a baddie. She got the ass, the titties. She looked like an Instagram model. You know, she looked like what all these niggas will kill themselves over, right? So her attitude never stopped her from getting what she wanted. Because all these niggas is ready to kiss her ass and suck her butt and do all this other crazy stuff just to be with her. So now she meets you and you're on point and you want someone else was good, was popping, and she still got the attitude and you're like, yeah, I'm good. You understand? And she sees you're falling back. Now, either one or two things are going to happen. Either she's going to just keep it pushing and not fuck with you, or she's going to switch her shit up. You see what I'm saying? And the reason why she's switching her shit up because she's like, oh shit, I finally found a guy. I found a man. You see what I'm saying? Who's different than all the other niggas. See, women know who to try and who not. They know who's the guys that they can't do the shit with and who's the guys they can. And so when they recognize you're the guy they can do it with, they continue to do the bullshit. When they recognize you're the guy they can't do it with, either they move on because they don't want to have to deal with stepping their shit up and being the type of woman that they need to be to get with a guy like you, or they switch up because they're finally ready to be with a man. That's how it works. So therefore, what I'm saying is there's no room to blame the woman. That's what I'm trying to say. You see what I mean? But dudes don't get this shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Oh man.
All righty. Yeah, thanks, Lucario.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the call, my brother. Appreciate it, man. That's what's up. I'm gonna holler at you, man. But yeah, that's what it is. A lot of guys gotta understand, man, is that this is all a reflection of you as a dude. You understand what I'm saying? Like we've been saying this forever, but guys don't get it. We've been saying this shit forever. Let's go to let me get to this next joint. Let's go to 510. 510, what's popping? Who this? What's going on?
What's good, Lucario? This is Infinite Ism out of Oakland.
Oh shit, I ain't hear from you in a minute. What's going on, fam? What you been up to?
Man, hey, I still watch your shows all the time, man. I'm always watching you and Miles, man. Keep spitting this game, man. I know I much appreciate it, bro.
That's what's up. So what's going with you, man?
Yeah, so on this episode, right? You speaking about like a dude that, like, I guess he killed his mom for, I guess, not grooming him to be a man, right?
Right.
Now, and the thing is, I agree with 100% what you're saying when it comes to women not being like men, and at the end of the day, they're women, so we can't expect them to be nothing else. But I do believe that when it comes to them being mothers, right, and they're raising boys, I do feel like there got to be a little accountability in their part as well. Though, a man should have been in that situation 100%. The man should be over there dictating things. But, from that dynamic as a mom, I do think that when it comes to raising a son, she got to be held accountable to a certain extent. You know what I mean?
Nope. That's what I'm saying. This is what I mean. She could be held accountable to taking care of her son. She could be held accountable to being a mother, but she cannot be held accountable to helping him be a man and raising him to be a man. That just can't happen. She don't even know how. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's impossible. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she could be accountable for being a mother and raise her son and take care of her son, feed her son, clothe her son, make sure he go to school, make sure he do his homework. Yeah, of course, all of that, because that's your mom. Be accountable to be a mother to your child. What I'm saying though is she cannot be held accountable for turning that boy into a man. Not at all, because she can't. It's impossible. She can't do it. You see what I'm saying?
And I agree with you 100% on that. I'm just saying, like, as the boy, right? The boy who sounded like he became a man, but I'm just saying, while he was being a boy, like, could you? Obviously, you would put the blame on the father, but from the boy standpoint, what did you think? Like, you know, he gonna hold some accountability. I'm not speaking from a man standpoint of you know, men holding you know, as a man, you know, of course we holding ourselves accountable. But I'm just saying, as the boy growing up, he's gonna have some sort of resentment towards his mom, because he really doesn't have no understanding of what's going on. Though it's his father. Ultimately, it's his father's fault for the whole situation. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, as a boy growing up, he's going to have some sort of resentment or like anger, I guess, towards his mom for not choosing a better man. You know what I mean?
And see, that's the thing. If he's a kid, I could give him a pass. But if he's a grown man, he can't be angry at his mom. What I mean is, because as a grown man, you have to understand. See, for him to be, as a grown man, for him to be angry at his mom, that means he doesn't understand himself as a man. Because if he understood himself as a man, he understands that he has a responsibility as a man to create the type of situations in life that he wants. So what happens is that if anybody, he should feel some type of way about it, got to be his dad, because he should be like, listen, dad, if you didn't have the fucking planning, if you didn't have the fucking know-how, wherewithal to have a son, then you shouldn't have had a fucking son. You see what I'm saying? Because now I went through this shit because you weren't here. You see what I'm saying? So you got my mom pregnant knowing that you didn't know how to handle this situation. You see what I'm saying? That's a conversation for the father to have with the son to have with the father. The mom don't even need to be in that conversation, because everything that happened as a result of the mom is because of the dad. You see what I'm saying? I agree with you. That's the thing, 100%. Right? That's the thing.
I agree with you 100%. Like, at the end of the day, it's the father's fault. Anytime you see even growing up, it's probably different now because, you know, they pushing this weirdo shit. But I remember growing up, anytime you see a family fuck up, the first thing anybody looked at was the father. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, anytime a house was had no structure, no organization, no discipline, my kids was wild and reckless. The first thing we used to say growing up was like, damn, you know, dad ain't there, or the dad doing the bad job. Now, you know, they pushing all this weirdo shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, I kind of like, I'm 32. I think I'm like about like 8 to 10 years younger than you. So I kind of grew up a little old school. You know what I mean? But like, maybe the younger generation, they don't understand like the, you know, like the real blueprint or, you know, the standard, or they probably didn't see that. You feel me? Growing up. So, you know, I don't know how old was this dude right here that killed his mom? Was he like 30 years old?
He looked like he was in his early 30s or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a grown ass man. That's what I'm saying. Like, but this is that's what I'm saying. This is what happens. Like, these dudes out here, they don't understand manhood. Cause see, this is the thing, you know, like, like how you ever hear the saying, when they say to kids, like, you know, don't talk while grown folks is talking, or don't try to get into the conversation while grown folks is talking, or they'll tell the kids, go in the other room, grown folks are talking, right?
Yep.
That same concept needs to happen when you're thinking about women. So what I mean is that the same way where you tell the kid, and again, I'm not trying to equate the women to kids, but this is the simplest way to look at it, is that you tell the kids grown folks is talking, because you don't expect you don't look at the kid to get into the conversation, to put any input on this conversation, because this is for grown folks. So the same thing when it comes to you dealing with women. It's like women have their place, just like you as a man have your place. So therefore, how can I blame a woman for the things I needed to be doing in my position. It doesn't make any sense. You see what I'm saying? Because she's not responsible for my position. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Where's the blame coming? It doesn't make any sense. Like, you can't blame her for that don't make no sense.
Yeah. It's sort of like a business, right? Like, let's say if you're in a business and you're the CEO, you're not going to expect the assistant manager to be doing the same job you're supposed to be
exactly.
doing. You know what I mean?
Saying. Exactly.
That's some real shit.
Exactly. That's like me going to the dude in the mailroom and be like, "Oh man, bro, I'm so mad at you because my shareholders didn't do this." And then he looking at you like, "Nigga, what the fuck? I just come in here and put the mail in the box. Like, what the fuck you mean? Like, that's not my job. I don't even know what that's about." You see what I'm saying? And that's what dudes do. They don't understand the position. They don't understand what the fuck they're supposed to do. And then therefore they blame the chick because they think that the chick and them are equal, and you're not. This is because they come up with words like, "Oh, this," or the phrase like, "This is my partner." You feel what I'm saying? We're 50-50, all that other goofy shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they pushing them terms like partner, or like they be using this corny shit, especially on social media. And I know you be seeing this shit. Like, it'd be like partner or my spiritual it'll just be some corny shit where you like, I never heard of this shit growing up. Like, like all these new terms and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit or whatever? But man, you 100% right, bro.
It's crazy. Like, shit is crazy.
No,
man.
yeah, and the thing is, if as a man, if you don't acknowledge or are aware of your position, you know what I mean, and you got to constantly remind yourself of your position every day, because man, you're to be over here sitting here confused, and you know what I mean, you're to be mad and angry at at a woman for obviously not playing a role in which now you're confused and you're expecting her to be something that she'll never be.
Right.
You know what I mean? She'll never be as logical. I've never met a woman who's like disciplined.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, especially like financially, like.
No, there's some women that are disciplined. You got to, I mean, see, that's the thing, is that it's like, you got to understand, like, see, women can be as logical as men. Women can think, and do things as practically as how men will do it in certain situations, right? But what you have to understand is that women, they have the added layer of the feeling and the emotion because they have to, because it's natural for them to have that, because they got to take care of kids. You know what I'm saying? They have to have that sort of like softer side of that, vibe. Like, that's supposed to be there. But then we're supposed to be the counterpart that says, okay, even though you feel this way, this is the best course of action right at this moment. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the thing. It's like someone, it's like, just like how, like if you're in a situation where you might be asking someone, let's say you ask someone, in your family what they think about a certain thing, because they're a part of your family and they care about you and they don't want to hurt your feelings, they might say something that's not true, or they might soften the thing because they don't want to hurt your feelings, versus another motherfucker who don't know you and they're commenting on what the fuck you do. They don't give a fuck. They just think, oh yeah, this is fucked up over here. This don't sound right, whatever. So you're getting an objective view. That's how the difference between men and women. The women are like the people in your family who don't want to hurt your feelings. The men are like the random stranger who's going to tell you what it is because they don't have no type of, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. They're just telling you what the fuck needs to happen or what needs to go down or what shit is. So that's the balance. And so the thing with women is that, they can still see things and look at things as on a logical sense, but at the same time, it's still that difference there, which is why you have to have that balance in a relationship. This is why the father has to be there. And a lot of times, because the father is not there, because think about it. Why do you think nowadays there's so many bitch ass niggas? It's because the fathers are not around. They weren't around these past years. You know what I'm saying? This is why you got so many sassy ass niggas out here. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Fact. And it's funny because even like how you just said, a lot of sassy ass niggas, like, men, we're supposed to, and I know a lot of people don't like to hear this term, but we're supposed to judge.
Right.
And a lot of times people be saying, like, don't judge. You hear this shit over and over. I'm like, nah, you're supposed to say, hey, that's acceptable. That's wrong. that from growing up, I know every man that was around me or anybody that was older than me, I noticed the men would be the most assertive and explaining like that's wrong.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like that's unacceptable. And it's very and a man speaks. It's very black and white.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like women really come with the gray areas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like a man, when we explain things, it's supposed to just be from a black and white, direct, concise, straightforward, standpoint, right? And I be noticing because you be a lot of these dudes wearing like weirdo, like just feminine colors, and I'm like, damn, nobody ever corrected these dudes. Like, hey, that's a man don't wear that.
Bro,
You know
well,
what
the thing
I mean?
is, but the thing is also too
like
is this: is that men and women both have masculine and feminine energy in them. It's just that men are, you could say, the physical representations of the masculine, energy, and the women are the physical representations of the feminine energy. But we both have masculine and feminine energy within us, and the reason why that's there is because there still needs to be some of that within each individual. Because if we're not together, you feel what I'm saying, working on something or being together for a purpose or whatever it is like that, you still have to have that in you so that there's that there for some sort of balance there. Because a woman, even though she may get emotional and all this other crazy stuff, she still has to have some sort of that masculine energy in order for her to logistically do shit. And men, we still have to have that feminine energy in us because we still have to somewhat have a little bit of giving a fuck and have some feeling about something so that we don't just be so like robotic about shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that needs to go down. But yo, I got a bunch of people calling in, but yo, I appreciate you calling in, brother. Good to hear from you. Again, man, I'm gonna holler at you, brother. All right?
Yes, sir. Stay safe.
All right, man. I'm holler. Peace. All right, let me get a few more calls in here, and then we're gonna wrap it up because it's it's getting a little late and shit. And then we gotta, keep it going in a second. All right, let's go to 202. Hold on. Let's go to we're gonna go 202 and then 901 and 463. Call back in a second and we'll get you after that. So 202, what's popping? Who this?
How you doing? It's John from Virginia. I actually had 2 questions. The first one is to like.
Oh wait, hold on! I forgot. Hold on. Did you donate though? I forgot to ask y'all motherfuckers that shit.
Oh yeah. That's kind of like in my second question. Yeah, I'm about to get the Bad Boy membership tonight.
Okay, I'm asking, did you donate to the show right now though that you're calling into? At the top of the chat is a donate button.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's what's up. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so what's your question?
The first question, I'm touching on like something you said a little earlier that I never noticed. How like, let's just say when you said like a girl at first, just because from her experiences, she's like, being so aggressive and not want to follow like your directions, like a direction I'll say, I'll be like, yo, let me get your number so we can, do something. And she's kind of like push off. I had that experience because like I be doing like Uber Eats, and it's like a restaurant that I go to a lot, and it's just a Latina joint, and I said that to her. I was like, yo, I was talking to her, blah blah blah, and I was like, yo, put your number in my phone, let's do something. And then she was like, no. So then the next time I came in there just to like pick up an order and shit like that, then she started like acting like more like nice and friendly, and because like I pushed away, like after she said no, I'm like, all right, she said no, I'm gonna just leave it as that. I ain't gonna like really be trying to highlight her no more. You know what I'm saying? I really give her a lot of conversation. So is that like, and my question is like, is it okay if I just like, since she's trying to like be nicer and like give more conversation to me, is it okay just to do one more time to be like, yo, put your number in my phone, let's get together, let's make something happen. And then if she says yes or no, that will just basically be my answer. Like, so
let me ask you, is she actively coming at you and trying to talk to you and get at you?
Yeah. Like I went in there 2 times yesterday to pick up an order, and like the dude at the front, it was a guy at the front, and then she came out from the cut, like from like the cut. It was like, nah, I'll take care of him. It's like, who you picking up for and all that. And then the other thing she said, she's like, why are you working so much? You like being busy and like just like talking bullshit, but she's like smiling while talking to me. So
right. Well, this is the thing. This is the thing. She could just be doing that for attention, because a lot of times what happens is when a woman knows that you're interested, but she's not really that interested, and she's sort of rejected you already, and she'll still talk to you and interact with you and still act, to act as if she's still interested because she wants your attention. So she's like, okay, this guy likes me. I can get some attention from him and I can use him for attention. So what you do is, and this is what you want, this is what you can do if you want to, make it happen, right? What you do is that you can say next time you go in there, you can be like, listen, I can tell that you into me, so let's cut the bullshit. I'm gonna give you my number, and I want you to text me, or you can tell her call you, text or call. I want you to text me tomorrow at this time, and then we're gonna set something up. Right now, and that's it. That's all you do, and you just walk away. Don't go in the back and forth with her. Just give her that. If she does hit you up, right, then you set something up so y'all can get together and make shit pop. If she doesn't hit you up, then you know what it is, and then you never have to talk to her or deal with her again. You see what I'm saying? So what it is that you want to just give a woman the option to get at you if she's trying to make something happen. If she's not trying to make nothing happen, it's basically her showing you that she was just doing it for attention. You see what I'm saying?
Word. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And my second question was about the Bad Boy membership. So like when I become a member, or like when anyone becomes a member, do we still is there still access to even all of the content, even older content that you put out, that you put purposely on the membership?
Yeah. So basically on the membership, there's over 100 programs on there now. So when you join it, you get access to all the programs. So you get access to every program that's on there. And then when we drop a new one every month. So basically if you join it today, you get whatever is on there now, which is over 100 programs. And then each month a new one is added. You see what I'm saying?
Damn.
Right.
Hey, I'm signing up. Hey, thank you, Lucario.
Yes, sir.
All
right, brother. Appreciate the call, man. I'm holla. Peace. All right. Let me try to get 901, because I know 901 was trying to get up on here for a minute. All right. 901's popping. Who's this?
Hey, this is TD calling out of Memphis, and I did donate. How you doing?
Appreciate it. All right. What's good?
I was checking out the show, and you as usual spitting that hot fire as always. I was noticing the part where the guys, when you were saying how a lot of guys don't realize when you first start dealing with a woman and you start to notice red flags or certain traits, and at that point you wouldn't deal with her,
right?
Because you know it's time to move on. And it's funny because I think that's what a lot of guys aren't understanding about the whole vetting process. They're thinking man, that means every woman I meet, I got to spend at least about 4 years with her before. Right. And it's no. When you do the vetting process, most of these women aren't going to make it past 6 months.
That's a fact. That's real shit.
There's a post that goes on social media every so many months that goes it doesn't take him 5 or 6 years to know that he wants to marry you. And I'm he may want to emotionally be with that woman, but that's still the early stage of it.
Right.
And I was once you really get to know this person, at that point it's you know what? This is not gonna work.
Right.
And a lot of guys don't realize that, because it's it kind of speaks to the to the lack of experience of being in the game with the dealing, because it's once you guys really get out, and that's why we keep pushing the Bad Boy membership. Once you guys really get out here and start talking to these women, and you really start seeing how they operate, a lot of these women that you guys are fantasizing about being with, you're going to realize that, they might look good, but they're not a good match for you.
Yes.
You're really going to spend more time dismissing women than going forward with them and everything. I'm like, I think a lot of guys are kind of missing that part. Like they're thinking like it's gonna, man, I gotta spend all this time. No, you don't. Trust me. A lot of these girls are not gonna make it that far. I promise you.
Right, exactly. And that's the thing. See that they see but the problem with a lot of these guys is, see, this is the issue. Most guys have a hard time getting women. So when they get a woman, right, they want to grab on tight and hold on to her. So no matter how she is, they're going to come up with excuses and rationalizations as to why they should keep fucking with her and why they shouldn't get rid of her. You see what I'm saying? And then so that causes them to either, you know, to deal with women over a long extended period of time who they're going to have problems with. This is why guys get into a lot of problems with their girlfriends or the girls they're seeing or whatever, is because the women already showed red flags. They ignored it because they wanted to keep vagina around. And so then after all of that goes down, they get mad at the woman because they're looking at it and saying, oh, but you know, she was acting this way and she's messed up and all this other stuff. And it's like, no, you decided to keep that woman around when you knew she was the type of woman you should have got rid of. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem.
Dude, like, and that's the big thing that they're not getting. Cause it's like, okay, cause I've had like some women that I've dealt with just like on a friendship level. And they got sideways with me and I was like, all right, you're out of here. And people are like, I've had people that are like, why do you cut them off like that so fast? And I was like, because I'm not going to stand here and just let you disrespect me for no good reason. Like, no, we're not going to go through this back and forth, this up and down, none of this. Like, once you get real sideways with me, hey, you know what? You take care, be blessed. You know, it's all good. And I was like, and I noticed one thing about, like, a lot of you guys will just take the disrespect and try to laugh it off. Well, you know, that's just how they are.
Right.
And I'm like, no, you're taking disrespect. And the women are noticing that you're taking their disrespect. So they're going to keep disrespecting you because they know that they can get away with it. Like when guys always do this complaint when they say, women don't care about men and what we go through. You know why? Because you don't care about what you go through.
Exactly.
Once you care about what you go through, then the women will care. But until then, as long as you're willing to take whatever treatment just to get some trim, they gonna keep treating you the way they treat you.
Exactly.
So, you know, sorry. That's on you, fellas. I'm sorry.
That's real shit. That's real shit, man. But yo, man, I appreciate the call, my brother. You dropping some real gems, man. I'ma holler at you, bro. All right.
Take it easy, man. Be safe.
Right. Be safe. Peace. All right. So I know 463 was trying to call up, so you call back up real quick. If you have a question, put a Q in the chat, people, and we will get to your questions. This one says, if a woman's not sexually attracted and she gets with, does that automatically mean she will lose respect for you? Well, if she's not sexually attracted to you, then usually what's going to happen is she's just going to use you. You see what I'm saying? For whatever else there is to use you for. So let's say you have, a lot of money. She's like, well, I got my own money, but let me use this guy to buy me some gifts, take me out a little bit. And then when he wants to fuck me, I'll just tell him that I don't feel a connection and we should just be friends. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. That's how it works. You said women want to be with a man, not a little boy that cries and complains and thinks that everyone's out to get him. Is that correct? Well, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. See, women want a man that they can look up to. You understand what I'm saying? They want a man that they can look up to. All right, let's go to 463. 463. Hold on 1 second. All right, 463 was popping. Who this?
Hey, what's good, Mr. Yo, Coach Brody.
What's going on, my brother? Did you donate?
Yeah, I did. All
right. So what's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, first off, I want to say I appreciate you out here late night on the grind still.
That's what's up. So what's good with you?
Not much, man. I want to say, man, I wanted to quote Alan Roger Curry on a point real quick, man. R.I.P.
Yes,
but
sir.
one thing he said is that, like, right now, like, the way things have changed is just like the line between dominant men and submissive men has gotten a lot far between, and the line between what a guy would consider a good girl and not so much a good girl is gotten a lot blurred compared to how it used to be. And I don't think things have changed for dominant men, but it's submissive men who got a problem because, you know, we don't live in a survival mode age anymore. Women can take care of themselves. It was like back in the survival days, you know, men are mad about that who aren't dominant themselves because they can't leverage being able to provide for the woman to get their way.
Right.
So it's just like, I think the issue is there are going to be some men who are not going to be dominant, you know, and I think sometimes we can treat these situations and it's kind of like a coping mechanism. Like it's hyper agency. It's like saying, I'm going to take 100% responsibility and a masculine dominant man, he's going to do that anyways. But there's a submissive man who just, they in a position right now where it's like, damn, I got to pretend to be, not me personally, but men feel like they got to be something that they not to try to get their way and it just don't work out for them. And it's just like, I mean, I think some submissive men need to learn how to identify women who actually got a program for them, because I don't think they ever going to really get one.
No, I mean, that's what happens, because it got to be a balance. Because look, if you're one of these guys who is submissive and just going to do what she say, then you're going to have to get with one of those masculine type of woman. This is what it is.
Yeah, I think that's where that's where a lot of the main problem is. They don't know how to find, because they want a woman who's going to be dominant, but treat them like they're dominant and stroke their ego. It's like, no, man, if you're submissive, you need to take what comes with being submissive. That means you need to have that degradation kink, that cut fetish. You need to have all that shit right there in mind so that you can enjoy what she put you through.
No, that's a fact. That's the only way it's going to work. You know what I'm saying? That's some real shit. That's some real shit, man. But yeah, man, I appreciate the call, my brother. I'm holler at you, man. You be safe. All right. So let's oh, my bad. I cut it off too quick. Let me take some more of these questions. Hold on. Let me actually, I'm going to cut off the phone lines real quick because we're about to just take these questions and I'm going to wrap it up real quick. So let me get to this next one. So it says, hold on. Let me see which question we was at before. Okay, it says, when setting up a date multiple days in advance, should I still be texting between the time or just show up? No, what you do is you text the girl, you know, on the day of the date. You understand? To confirm. So if you set a date, let's say, for example, today is Monday. You talk to a girl, you say, hey, we'll meet up Friday, right? On Friday morning, just text her and be like, hey, we still on for tomorrow? Or you could do late Thursday night and text her just to see if you're like, hey, we still on for tomorrow for Friday. And that's all you need to do, because all you need for her to say to you is, yeah, you know, yeah, I'm still on, I'm still available. Let's get it cracking. And then you just do what you got to do. That's it. You said, do we blame the absentee's father as well? Well, yeah, that's the issue. That's where the whole issue stems from. He gave a seed to a woman. She got pregnant. And he's gone. You understand what I'm saying? So what some guys will say is, well, he's gone because she was a bitch. Well, then why did he put his seed in a bitch? You see what I'm saying? Like even in my track on my mixtape, I got a track called Hate. And you know, one of the lines I said, you hate that bitch, then why'd you choose her? You know what I'm saying? Like, dude's always talking the shit about the chick, but you chose her. Right? So this is the thing. This is the thing. Man. Let me see some more of these questions real quick. It says, what's a small step you can take to develop leading your woman? Well, the first thing, you have to basically have a plan. You have to have something you're about. You have to have a direction you go in, that you're going in your life. Then you will know how to lead her, because leading her is basically guiding her into the direction you're trying to go. So you got to figure out what you want in your life. You got to figure out where you're trying to go in your life. You got to figure out the things that you want to get accomplished. And then you bring her into your situation. And then you give her instructions on how she can, you know, participate and benefit you in that situation. You see what I'm saying? And that's how she gets the benefit, because what happens is that she is choosing to be with you, and her choosing to be with you and cooperate is her saying, this is what I want. You see what I'm saying? So everybody's winning in this situation. You said, why you tell people to go on Craigslist, people get robbed on there a lot. What are you talking about? When I told niggas to go on Craigslist, what are we talking about here? Because how can I stop acting / being like a victim? For example, my parents do goofy stuff to me, expect me to hang out with them and retaliate when I tell them I don't want to be around them. What? Well, this is the thing. First of all, you're saying that your parents expect you to hang out with them and do all this other shit. Listen, you're a grown-ass man. It does not matter what the fuck your parents are saying. See, a lot of people got to get out this mindset. I know it is a lot of people who are grown-ass people who still give a fuck about their parents and shit and what the parents is thinking and what the parents are saying. You understand what I mean? So, hold on, wait a second. Let me see. Let me put the phone lines back up because Coco looked like she want to call up. I'm gonna put the phone lines back up one more time so that Coco could call up. Because Coco's been going ham in the chat. I want Coco to call up real quick before we end this. All right, so Coco, the caller number is 646-481-3901 is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. That's the number, 646-481-3901. So call up real quick, Coco. And then we will wrap it up. Okay, well, we had this question or did? Okay, we already did that one. All right, we got this one last question. What advice do you have for who has been through what? Hold on, let me answer. This might be Coco. Hold on. Okay,
this is Coco.
202. Coco, what's going on with you? What were you talking about in the chat? What's going on? They trying to get on you. What's good?
I just had a problem when you said that women aren't equal. I get us being different, but if anything, I would say women are more. I say we're equal, but the way that men act, it's men that pay for access to women, not the other way around. It's men that protect women and, cherish women, not the other way around. So it appears that women are more valuable than men. But I say it's equal. We're just different. That's all I want.
But then if women are more valuable, then how are we equal?
You can still be equal and different. Just think about a quarter. I have a quarter, right? It's worth 25 cents. Mm-hmm. And then I have 25 pennies. It's still worth 25 cents. Mm-hmm. You can be different and still equal.
Right. So then which one? So what makes women more valuable?
I mean, men, honestly, men put us on the pedestal.
But how does that make you more valuable though?
I'm not saying that we are. I'm just saying because it was an argument of who's more valuable in the chat. So
okay. Yeah. Well, this is the thing. This is the thing. See, I definitely agree with you where you got to understand that humans were equal because we all participate in this whole thing called life, right? But we are different. So therefore there are parts of the situation that aren't equal. And so that difference, like you're talking about, is the thing that makes us not equal. So we're equal and we're not equal at the same time. You see what I'm saying?
I think that's just really problematic to say, and it could give the wrong idea to some of the younger folks.
But why is it problematic? It's true. Because you just said it. You literally just said it.
It's equal. We're equal and they're not equal.
Right.
So it's confusing.
No, but I'm using your example. You just said it. You said you have a quarter and then you got 25 pennies. That's equal and not equal at the same time. I'm using your example.
I mean, equal as in the same value, having the same value.
Right. But then we're also different, which means we're not equal.
Okay. You can be different and equal with the same value. That's what I'm saying.
Right. But what I'm saying is the difference is what also makes it not equal. That's what I'm trying to say. See,
sir, that doesn't make any sense.
It makes perfect sense. I'm gonna show you the definition of equal right now. Let's look at the definition of equal.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I think you should look that up.
Let's look up the definition of equal. Okay. Hold on. Why am I getting this website? Hold on. Okay, here we go. It says equal, being the same in quantity, size, degree, or value. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then it says being the same as in number or amount. Right? Now, if by your example, right, a quarter, right, isn't the same in number and amount as 25 pennies. Those are two different amounts.
You're really overcomplicating this.
No, it's I'm just saying.
Women and men are equal. I'm sorry. I don't. You're overcomplicating.
No, I'm not overcomplicating it. I'm trying to get you to understand.
Men aren't more valuable than women, and in fact, they make women more valuable because.
No. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. This is what I'm trying to explain to you.
Man, I know my man. If it's something,
a woman, hold on, Coco, hold on. I see what you're saying, but you got to understand something. I think you're hung up on the concept of something not being equal, right? And why is that an issue for something to not be equal? Why is that an issue?
Because when you look at our history and how men have treated women over history, assuming that they are superior, the way that men have oppressed it makes it very problematic to say something like that. We should have evolved past that by now.
No, I agree with you on that. But see, that still doesn't take away from the fact that it's not equal. So just because something is not equal does not mean that there should be lesser treatment. You see what I'm saying? So
well,
right.
Then if we're not equals, then women are more valuable. And why I say that is because men show us that we're more valuable.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's wrong, though. But that's wrong because you can't be more valuable because your value.
You said we're not equal.
No. But that's what I'm trying to explain to you. Okay, let me ask you a question. Okay, okay. So you have the front side of your body, right? And then you have the back side of your body, right? Now, which part of your body is more valuable, the front or the back?
They're both equal to me.
Okay, you need the front and the back for your body to function, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So one is not more valuable than the other, but the front of your back is different than the front of your body is different than the back of your body, correct?
You actually just made my point.
That's what we're saying the same thing. The problem is that you have a problem with the part of it not being equal. So what I'm saying is the front of my body is not equal to the back of my body. You see what I'm saying? But what happens is the front of my body is not more valuable than the back, and the back is not more valuable than the front.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
So what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is
trying
this.
to use terminology that's just dangerous. It's dangerous.
It's not dangerous. It's not dangerous
for women.
No, it's not dangerous. It's the truth. What I'm saying is that a man is not more valuable than a woman, and a woman is not more valuable than a man. They share
the same value, which makes them equal.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, we're on that point now. We are also different. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, we're just
exactly
25 pennies and a quarter. That's
right. Exactly. So now that difference,
and a nickel.
Right. Okay. However, so now we're on the same page. Yes.
It's all 25 cents. Though.
We're all the same page. Right. Yes. But guess what? That difference is the thing that also makes us not equal. Do you get that part?
No. If it's equal, it's equal. If it shares the same value, it's equal. You just read it in the definition.
But this is what you're not getting.
But
what you're not getting is the difference. No, this is what I'm saying. What you're not getting is the difference makes you all.
That's on you because
caller. Can two things be true at the same time? Can two different things be true at the same time?
I don't. That's like a broad question. I mean,
I'm just asking. Is there a situation where you can point out that two different things are true at the same time?
I don't know. What do you mean?
So what I'm saying is that when I say we are equal and also not equal, those are two different things that are true at the same time.
Okay, but I mean, it's just better to say we are different. We are equal but different. I mean, that's just
right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We're saying the same thing. Saying equal and not different. Saying equal and different is the same thing as saying equal and not equal. You get that? It's the same thing.
I guess. I mean, I guess if you want to look at it that way, but I just think it's dangerous for you to go around saying.
But why is
stuff
that
like
dangerous though? That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why it's dangerous. Why is it dangerous to be not equal?
Those same ideas that they had 50, 60 years ago. You know.
No, this is what I'm saying. They've created
had no rights.
Right. But you see what that's what I'm saying.
Were superior.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They created
if you say
those.
Is not equal. That's actually implying that there's a different value. And who is the more?
No, but this is what you're not understanding. This is what you're not understanding, though. The difference is, right? The oppression that was created because of the differences was something that they created, and they used the differences as an excuse to create that. So it's not the differences that made those things happen. It's that they decided to make those, they decided to have oppression based off the difference. That's a societal thing. That's what people have done. That's what oppressors have done. That's what white supremacy has done. You feel what I'm saying? So they created that off the difference.
Have oppressed black women as well.
Say that again?
Do. It's villages in Africa that no men are allowed because women are so goddamn scared of men.
Mm-hmm. No, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that's right. I agree with you. That type of shit shouldn't be happening. But what I'm saying though is that even though that stuff happened, right? I'm saying that the truth of the matter is that
I'm saying it's still happening to this day because
I get it.
Men decide when they decide that women and men aren't equal. These are things that happen when you decide men and women aren't equal, and that's why I think it's dangerous for you to use that kind of terminology. But I mean, it's your platform.
This is what I'm saying. I get what you're saying, but you're thinking that by saying something is not equal, that is the cause of the oppression. Do you see what I'm saying? That's not the cause of it. You see what I mean? That's not the cause of it. Because check this out. Let's say we say, okay, everything is equal all across the board. There's nothing that's not equal and all this other stuff. A person could just say, you know what? I don't like y'all that's standing over there in the corner. And then I'm going to do something or oppress y'all in the corner just because. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to say. So all I'm saying is that yes, we are equal and we are different, and different means not equal. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
All right. Well, I appreciate you calling in, though. I do. I appreciate it. I'll let you. See, this is the thing. This is the thing, and that's the difference, guys, between men and women. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. I'm just like, yo, this is what it is. And she just feels that, this shouldn't be how it is. It's just what it is, man. Oh my goodness. All right, this is the last call, and then I gotta wrap this up. Let's go to 818. 818. What's popping? Who's this?
What up, Mr. Locario?
What's popping? What's going on with you? What up?
I donated, by the way.
Appreciate it. All right. What's good?
Yeah, that conversation right there, I mean, that goes to show you we are not equal. And oh my God, I couldn't take that shit no more. I mean, look, us guys, like real men, like you always say, like, we take shit that we don't want to, and we just deal with it. As much as we don't like to, we just got to deal with it. And no, we are not equal. Obviously, let's just say if there's a woman and two guys are around her, if she screams bloody murder, if she says I'm getting raped, those two guys are gonna look bad. Straight up, by default, automatically. Stuff like that, it just goes to show you we are not the same men and women. Obviously, they it's like, to me, I mean, they just want more like privileges, special treatment. I know in some cases, don't get me wrong, it's tough for them. They got to deal with periods and hot flashes and pregnancy and all that shit. I get it. But, guys, we got to deal with our own shit. And, some
the
guys,
thing
they
is
can't
this:
handle it.
everybody has to deal with the shit they got to deal with. The thing is that people got to understand that, you know, there's gonna be differences, and the differences are important because the differences are the things that make the world go round. This is how things operate because of the differences. You see what I'm saying? And so the differences actually go against the definition of what equal is, because everything isn't supposed to be equal across the board, because in order for anything to happen, you have to have differences. But then she's correct in the sense that we are equal in a sense of there are certain aspects that make us equal, but at the same time, there are certain aspects that make us different, i.e. not equal. You know what I'm saying? So it's all the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree in some cases. I mean, you know, some chicks, like you and Miles even called it, like a lot of these chicks, like in the movies, for example, they just, you know, had to go through the casting couch interviews and boom, you know, movie stars because of like dumbasses like Harvey Weinstein. And, you know, because they were pretty much. And it's just like, you know, looks and no talent and shit. You know, that shit happens. And you know, I know same way goes for some dudes because of, you know, their fathers or who they know, and, you know, they get the jobs that they get and they don't deserve them. It's just, you know, it's just, it's all a shit show.
Nah, this is the thing. It's just as long as people understand, you know, the differences, but also understand the things that make us equal, then, you know, you have a perspective of seeing things on a grander scale or objectively, so that because a lot of times people sometimes want to play the, you know, I'm the bigger victim card. You understand? Like men will say, "Oh, we're the victims because of this," and the women say, "Well, we're the victims because of that." And so it's like people are trying to fight to be the biggest victim. And the thing is that, you know, you just got to understand that, look, everybody's going to have some challenges here and there if that's how they look at the situation. And then some, you know, everybody's going to have an advantage that the other person might not have in certain situations. It just is what it is. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is that, you know, go ahead. What you going to say?
Right. Some people, you know, they can't handle it and they're lost. That's why, like that dude who stabbed his mom, that's why he did what he did, because he was lost and he didn't know who to find for help. You know what I mean? It's like I said before, it's not just knowing the answer that's important. It's asking, it's knowing the question. And the question is just as important as the answer. You get me? Right. That's why I think guys like you and guys like Ali Roger Curry.
Yep, ARC,
you know what I mean?
Shout out to ARC. This is
man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I swear to God, you know, it's like mentors are so important, and I've realized, you know, late in my life, but better late than never, that, you know, coaching is severely important. Some people have too much pride to ask for help, but, you know, I think it's very important to ask questions to people who've been through the ringer and, you know, been there before, so they can help you. You know what I mean? Fuck your pride. Set your pride aside. You know, ask for fucking help. Don't be a bitch. You know what I mean?
Right. Real shit, man. But yo, man, I appreciate the call, my brother. And I'm going to holler at you, man. All right, man. I'm holler. Peace. All right, people. So it is about that motherfucking time. So remember, later today, 10 p.m., me and Miles is going to be on 10 p.m. tonight, 10:15 actually. And we're going to have the show tonight. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com. Make sure you guys go to masculineidentitymembership.com. And I will holler at y'all later. Y'all have a good night or good morning. You know, say wherever y'all watching this. All right, I'll holler at y'all. Peace. Remember, the truth is inside you. I'm out.
When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first, you're going to have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership. It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You know, you can't do it 99 because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting something.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, the things you don't know. Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
there can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers, all different.